What up, everybody? You guys are tuned into the Madden Underground playoffs. We got a great matchup for you guys. Madden Bronco versus VA Dimes, the sequel. It's your boy Brian James, and I got my guy Philly Guy with me. What's good, Philly Guy?
Man, I feel like we just watched this game of the week a couple of days ago. What is going on here?
Hey, man. You want bad blood? PS5 has been full of bad blood. Um, guys cursing each other out, talking trash, inboxing each other. Uh,
Hmm.
it's wild on the PS5 side, and I expect this game to be a wild matchup. VA Dimes advanced on the Xbox side. He's looking to do the same on the PS5 side. Let's see what he can do against Madden Bronco right here.
Definitely, because as you said before, we are officially in the playoffs. And so we did see these two teams square up a couple of days ago, but this one is for all the marbles. This is for the one that counts, and we're going to see who advances. And you got to believe that Bronco has learned from that experience of playing dimes earlier, but we're going to have to see how that plays out today.
Definitely. Big time matchup, man. Big time matchup. I'm eager to see how this pans out with VA Dimes getting the ball first. Kyler Murray. We saw Kyler Murray do work on the Xbox side. We'll see what Dimes is able to do with him. Even though Dimes has a more balanced attack, he doesn't really risk putting the quarterback out there to get hit or take hits. But you know, he didn't have Kyler Murray in the other league, so let's see what he can do. And he starts it off with a quick swing pass, something that's traditionally ran by Dimes to kind of get his feet wet, test the defense out, get a feel for the coverage. So, what do you expect from Bronco? How will he adjust from the last game that they played against Dimes?
Well, we were lucky enough to have Black Phoenix call that game, and one of his concerns was some of the adjustments. So you have to imagine that his crew has taken him to the side and said, "Hey, we feel like you need to do this. We feel like you need to do that." I don't think they've kind of left him out to dry. So I think he's going to be a little bit more patient, and I think that he's going to be keying off of those swing passes and RPO screens.
Definitely. And this, like, again, I know that the screen says Xbox Pro League. This is actually the PS5 Pro League. This is the PS5 Pro League. This is a PS5 matchup, a big matchup. VA Dimes versus Matt Bronco. When he takes off with Kyler Murray, he doesn't take off. He does take off. And as you can see, that the defense plays the quarterback scramble a little differently than it played in the beginning of the year. Beginning of the year, you would never be able to do that type of scrambling with the quarterback, even though it wasn't a maximum gain. But that was unheard of in the beginning of the year. So you can see the game's been patched quite a bit, because you're able to break the pocket with the quarterback now. That was something that you couldn't do at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, and so you'll say patched, I'll say watered down. I felt like the game was great. I felt like the defense got the love and respect that it deserved, and it was very challenging. And people really had to put the time and effort into their offenses. And now EA's kind of eased up a little bit and made the game a little bit more playable for a lot more people.
Yeah. Oh, and he's taking it. He's trying to get there, and he's unable to get there with the linebacker.
That was a big play. A lot of times, like you said before, Dimes does not like to move the ball downfield like that. He's more interested in going side to side and then also having big plays in the running game. So that was a big play by Dimes, and it was definitely something that caught Bronco off guard.
And Dimes is back. And the punch said, and then we're going to throw it, and he's going to get an easy touchdown. What a dot. What a dot.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a delayed reaction from Bronco there. I wasn't sure if he was willing to click on and maybe try to make a play, but it seemed like that was the only thing that he needed to do in that situation. He took control of the safety, patrolling the middle of the field, and he probably got caught with his eyes in the backfield. So 7-0. Dimes is on the board. And what are you expecting to see from Broncos offense based off of what we saw a few days ago in this playoff matchup?
I would say more aggressive catching. He has Drake London. he has the big tight end, Waller. So it's gonna be I would say a lot more aggressive catching.
And you talked
I
about
think
him
that would be
having Waller. Why? What happened? What happened to Kyle Pitts? I mean, he's a young staple, an X factor, and just as talented. So why is Kyle Pitts not on the field?
I don't know. I don't know, but he traded for Waller. He got Waller now, so he got Waller. He gave up something to get Waller, so I'm sure it was Pitts. So I think he traded with Thomas Graham to get Pitts. I mean, to give up Pitts and get Waller, and there you have it. He gave up Mariota and I think Pitts for Waller.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, we're going to get a chance to see if Waller is showcased today. As you mentioned before, those ad catches really seeming to take flight in these playoffs and helping a lot of teams move the ball down the field and be the difference in winning games.
Oh, definitely huge difference. Huge difference. And he starts off with the run game, and ooh, what a block by the fullback. What's the fullback? Oh, that's the guard. The guard laid that linebacker out.
I definitely like to see that. There is no reason
That
for us
was
to
hey,
hide our love for the run game
no,
because
that
we
was a
both like
mean
to run
block
the
by that
ball.
guard. That
So
guard pulled and hit somebody. Oh, he missed the block that time. But if he was able to connect like he did, that would have been a touchdown. If he made that block like he did the last play.
yeah, knowing that you'd like to run the ball the way that you do you feel like this is going to help Bronco, or do you feel like this is something that can hurt him if he's not able to put any points on the board on this drive?
He has to score on this drive. Anytime you got a possession against Dimes, you have to score. You can't take three. You can't turn the ball over. You have to score because that's what Dimes is. That's Dimes' objective is to prevent you from scoring and to keep putting points on the board. So you have to go toe to toe and score. Go score for score with him. If he scored, you definitely have to score. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself down, and it's hard to play from behind against Dimes. You got a 4th and 1 right here. This is gonna be a big down to start the game off. He's going for it.
Yeah, we saw that quick pass to the running back, and it looks like Bronco's going to try to run the same sets. It's interesting to see what adjustments once he hikes the ball that VA Dimes has made, knowing he just got no huddle and it's taking a long time for Bronco to hike the ball.
Oh, and he has a guy who has a step. He's able to get there. Great play by Bronco. Great play by Bronco.
Yeah, that was a great read because Dimes did make the adjustment, took away the running back on the wheel route, and that gave Bronco an opportunity to hit the crosser coming from right to left downfield.
Definitely. And we got another great run by Bronco. Oh, he's able to get maybe 2 or 3 off of this.
He unfortunately kept running into
To the
most of
lineman.
his men,
Yeah,
but it was there. It was definitely there.
definitely
So,
there.
you know,
Definitely
I,
there.
I love this formation. I'm excited to see um, him running a little bit more of a balanced attack. He seems to be patient, running some formations that we didn't see him run in that game of the week matchup. And he has an opportunity to put those points on the board, like you said, which are critical playing against VA Dimes.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. And Bronco, like we said, these two have bad blood. Former crew members. I don't think it's like a I hate you type of thing, but it's just like, you know what? I think I'm better than you. You think you're better than me. Let's see it. Let's prove it on the field. But definitely in the Madden streets, definitely some bad blood between these guys.
And there was definitely no love there as we saw Bronco drop back, held on to the ball too long, and VA Dimes with the interception and the pick six
Oh my.
to go up 14. So, you know, it's one of those things that you had talked about earlier, B. James,
Can't turn the ball
about
over.
Bronco has to be able to score, and he missed a tremendous opportunity, and it just went all bad for him there. The momentum meter is full. He's on the road. He's down 14. It's not looking good for him. So what does he need to do to try to get back into this game?
He needs to focus. He was doing well. He's running the ball, letting the run set up the pass. He's running the power sets, and I think he's found something with that power set right there. It's a great play. You got extra blockers going through the same hole. You're able to pick the hole you want to go through with the running back. Especially if Dimes is going to stay in that dime, running that dime spinners. If these want to keep running that play, I think this is the perfect play to call against that play because the way it sets up the blocking situation. If he's able to cut it up, but he keeps running into his own guy, so.
And just like you said, I mean, this is a really good formation to run against that spinner defense. It really kind of takes the corner on the backside out, and it forces Dimes to make a decision about bringing that safety up to the line of scrimmage, which he hasn't been willing to do. So, like you said, it's going to be important for Bronco to be able to run that football and go through the proper running lanes.
Definitely.
There it is. I mean, Bronco was having a little success on the ground. He's not having any through the air. Throws another interception. And if Dimes is able to score here, would you say this is GG's in the chat?
It would definitely be safe to say that it's GG's in the chat.
Yeah, that's going to be really unfortunate as we see the quarterback get outside of the pocket and scramble.
We see Cal Bear
for a loss of 2 yards.
Cal Bear in the chat with the flood question mark. I'm not gonna say it's a flood yet, but it's a possibility that it may be if Bronco isn't able to pull it together.
So you heard it here first from Brian James. Bronco needs to get his rain boots because it's raining in here.
Definitely raining. Not flooding yet, but it's raining. So get the rain gear out. Sandbags on standby. Sandbags are
definitely on standby here. And shout out to Cal Bear. We know he's going to be in a big time rematch matchup going up against Illuminati. You did see them play in a game of the week. And at that time, Cal Bear had no answers for Travis Kelce, who is surprisingly on those New York Jets. But Kelce was the difference maker in that game. And you got to hope that when Cal Bear takes the field, he has an answer for Illuminati and Kelce in this critical playoff matchup.
Definitely.
2nd and 3, VA Dimes starting to move his safeties around from Bronco, and it doesn't really seem to have a desired effect as it's 3rd and 2, and VA Dimes basically has his entire playbook available to him, and it looks like he might be going to that halfback swing pass, or he could be trying to bait Bronco into another big play down the field. Bronco chases the swing pass, and just like that, the middle is open. Easy completion, 1st and 10.
Wait. Cal Bear didn't know the Jets had Kelce? Okay, yeah. Illuminati has Kelce on his team on the Jets, Cal Bear. You might want to do your homework if you didn't know that. You question like Kelce. Yeah, Kelce's out there.
And just like that, Brian James questioning the coaching staff of the Miami Dolphins, wondering how it is that they didn't know that Travis Kelce was on those New York Jets. So we're going to throw it right back at you, Cal Bear. We're going to type in flood with a question mark in the chat since you didn't know that. But here we go. It's 2nd and 5. And VA Dimes is in a full rhythm. Bronco hasn't done anything to slow this offense down.
And Dimes is chewing clock already. So this game might end fairly quick.
Definitely. Not interested in stat chasing at this point. VA Dimes has been around long enough to know he just needs to get the W, get on out of here, and then go wait for an official time for that Cal Bear and Illuminati game that we're all eagerly anticipating and waiting to see.
And shout out to Dimes with the Burners Twitch account. Everybody's expecting him to stream his game on his main channel, and no, he didn't. It was on some Funky Town something yesterday. Take me to Funky Town. Twitch.take me to Funky Town, something crazy. With another touchdown by Dimes, and he's gonna go up 3 scores here, and this puts Bronco in a compromising position. And it's I don't know what's going on with Bronco. I know his wife had him doing some deeds earlier, prior to the game, but we'll see if he's able to
You
pull it
know,
back together.
yeah, we definitely can't call that as an excuse. One of the things that you'll notice if you read your Madden Underground agreement is that all chores have to be done before you begin a playoff game. So no excuse for Bronco here. And I just want to address Cal Bear one more time. I really feel like he needs to go back and look at the box score for that game. For some reason, he seems to be the only person that doesn't understand the impact that Travis Kelce had in that game. So we're going to encourage him to take the time to go and take a look because right now he's not doing himself any favors watching Bronco get beat down by VA Dimes in this wild card round.
Yeah, it's a huge match. It was supposed to be a huge matchup. We thought it was gonna be bad blood. Maybe there is bad blood on the ends of Dimes because he's administering pain, but we'll see how it all pans out moving forward. Maybe Bronco is able to score right here. Maybe he's able to put something together going into the half. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. I thought Dimes had players getting tattoos on the sideline. That's clearly a commercial. We'll be right back. We're not able to show these commercials on our stream, but we'll be right back to the game. But Philly guy, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling disappointed. I can't lie, B. James. One of the things we talked about yesterday during a lot of our playoff action was the preparation that we anticipated seeing as most of these matchups were rematches. And unfortunately, we didn't get that opportunity. Definitely not seeing it here today. And it looks like this is going to be a very easy win for VA Dime. So I am definitely disappointed in Bronco. I felt that he could have done a lot better than what he's showing. But it looks like he's going to have to figure something out and get ready for next season.
Well, we still got another half to play. So Dimes went on a 21-0 run in the first half. Bronco may be able to do the same in the second half. So we'll see if he's able to do that.
I appreciate your optimism there, Coach. But I'm going to go ahead and say that I trust what my eyes are showing me here. So, barring any type of meltdown from VA Dimes, I think the most important thing for Bronco to do right here is pay attention to the down, the distance, and the time on the clock, and just know he's getting the ball back at halftime. So doesn't want to do anything too outlandish and put himself in a compromising position.
Exactly. Exactamundo. Big plays to be made here. He's down 4 scores now. But let's see if Bronco can do something, man. It's still the first half, man. It's just like, what are we doing? Like, you gotta have some type of fighting. You gotta show some type of resilience in adversity. That's what.
Well, I mean, we went to that quick commercial and we came back and there were 7 more points on the board. So
that was 2 minutes later, bro. I'm like, I don't know. It took commercial break, come back, and there's more points on the board than there was when we left. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, Bronco needs to figure it out ASAP, at least before next season, or use this film as a building block for next season.
yeah, and you talk about that, and I think that's one of the things that's very difficult for people to do is granted you're not coming in thinking that you're going to lose, but you still have to use every loss as an opportunity for a building block. Same thing with wins because it can be fool's gold and you go up against a better opponent and then they show you that you're going to have a very long off season because they put in that time and work to get better.
Oh, good
and that's
move.
really all that it's about is just
Good
getting
move.
better and not
Bronco,
settling.
get in the end zone, Bronco. Let's go. There we go.
And there we go. A little bit of a better drive there. Finally was able to put some points on the board.
He needed that before the half, man. He needed something. He needed something to build on going into the half. Now he just got to figure out the defensive side of the ball. And I don't think
He
his
definitely
offense
does.
has played bad. I just think the decision making has been a bit off. He has some great drives going downfield and scoring. I mean, potentially scoring, but in the midst of that, he's throwing an interception or did something self-inflicting to compromise the opportunity to score. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of unforced errors. He's been his own worst enemy, but like you said, it's going to be important for him to build on that momentum in the second half because he knows that Dimes is definitely going to have that shoe clock on, and he's going to have to be very efficient in that second half. So maybe he can figure some things out on defense.
If Dimes goes for a pass, if he throws the ball, man, make a play on defense. Make a play on defense. I see what you're doing. You got a lot of modified man coverage out there. Guys are being assigned to different players. Other guys in zones covering certain things. You're watching for that slant. Oh, and you get there. Good coverage. Great coverage. Great coverage side.
That was excellent coverage. Dimes with the make you look, put the receiver in motion, had the crossing the route coming from the other side of the field, and Bronco was able to get the sack. And so you talked about it already. He's going to get the ball back, and he's going to have to make better decisions. Um, but what do you expect from VA Dimes? Is he going to get conservative here and give Bronco a chance to get back in the game? Or is he just going to continue to
Dimes
just dink and dunk?
Run, I think 3 plays this entire game. So he hasn't even cracked open the playbook. He's running the first 3 play calls that you run. One of which is a run, and then 2 other pass plays that he's been running. But he's only ran about two or 3 plays this entire game, and he's been successful with those 2 or 3 plays. So he hasn't even, begun to call, the game like it was a competitive game yet. So the plays that you would normally see him call, he doesn't have to call. He hasn't had to call because Bronco hasn't been able to stop the few plays that he's been calling. So,
and do you think that would actually work to his disadvantage, seeing as how Bronco might be prepared defensively for those plays, and he just might be overthinking the situation?
Yeah. Oh, great tackle. 7 rushes, 10 yards for Cordell Patterson. I think Dimes knows what he's doing. He's been here before. He's a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
He's played in way bigger games than this. So this is light work. I would probably assume Dimes has a plate with chips and a sandwich next to him. He's probably drinking that and probably has 2 bottles of mini Sunny Delights next to him as well. And he's just trying to get the game over with so he can advance. But Bronco may have something to say about that.
Yeah, he definitely does, and you're right. VA Dimes has been in bigger games than this, and it really shows. His composure, his play selection, his decision making. He's not doing anything to help Bronco in this game, whereas Bronco has been his own worst enemy. So,
we got Reality in the building. What's good, Reality? MWS legend in the building, checking out what we're doing over here at Madden Underground. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. Appreciate you stopping by.
And you gotta wonder if Reality is on that bass fishing boat watching this Madden Underground podcast. For those of you that don't know, he is a world champion international bass fisherman. So we're very happy to have him. Like you said, B. James, he's an MWS legend.
And a fishing legend.
And we appreciate him stopping by. Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
So if you have any questions on bait, what they call those taco boxes, he said he's still popping in mud too. So okay, you messing with them. You got to jump in one of these mud tournaments then, man. You got to jump in one of these mud tournaments. We got a lot of old school guys jumping in these tournaments. You got to jump in one.
There you go. There it is. We don't clap back in the chat. We just tell you, come on and make a name for yourself. Show these youngsters who you used to be, and everything will be decided out there.
Oh, we got a man. He'll has a step, and he catches it. I told you. There we go. And if he's able to get here, Jarwin. Okay.
Yeah, so far he's doing a good job pushing the ball downfield, making plays in the running game. And like you said, he's going to have to figure out something on defense to force a 3 and out if he really wants to get back into this game, assuming he can punch it in for 6 here.
Definitely. And we got, I would say, watch that matchup with London up top. Oh, he throws into triple coverage instead. We got Fetty in the building. All the reality done brought
We
out
got,
all the old school guys. See
you know what I'm
Wrangler,
saying? We
Fetty done
got
popped up.
Wrangler, we got Fetty, Fetty the
Fetty,
undefeated
Fetty is
regular
undefeated.
season Dallas Cowboy
Yeah,
champions.
undefeated Fetty. So we got Fetty in here, undefeated. Oh,
Definitely one of the better ways to spend a Friday watching Madden Underground first round playoffs in the PS5 League and then having a whole bunch of Madden legends in the chat, current and old. You got to love it. So, what would you expect from Bronco? I mean, he has to go for it if he doesn't convert this first down, doesn't he?
yeah, he definitely has to go for it. It's all or nothing for him right now. Oh, and he throws a pick, and that's the game. Well, it was up, may have already been the game, but it's even more so the game now. Um, I couldn't imagine. I could imagine the self esteem issues that Bronco was having, the inferior complex that may be building up inside as you throw interceptions like that.
Well, I mean, you have to ask yourself, was that EA or was that user?
That was what was it? I would say it was a user. He clicked on and picked it off. You know, he has free form passing, so it's user. He threw it to Dimes. You know.
Well, the only reason why I'm asking is because we saw Aaron Rodgers miss an easy corner route the other day. So, we had no explanation for that. I want to give Bronco the benefit of the doubt.
Oh
And
my. Oh
he
my.
doesn't have any answers for this run
Oh
game
my.
from VA Dimes. What would you do in this situation if you're Bronco,
For me
Brian James?
personally, if I'm Bronco, I'm just trying to get it over with. It's at the point now where it's at the point of no return. I'm not gonna like lay down and just give up more points, but I'm definitely gonna take some of the clock with me. You're not gonna finna put up just 50, 60 on me, um, without me trying to keep you from doing so. But
Mm.
Don's is definitely about to run this score up.
And you talked about some of that bad blood, and I keep looking at the clock, and I don't see the chew clock on. So I think you're right. He may be trying to send a message out here. And
Yeah, he said
yeah, I
he
mean,
said you didn't have what it took to be a toxic boy, so you went to go play in harmony with United Madden. You know, so like that are Madden United. You know, so it's like that may be what the message Dime is trying to send out right now, and it's you know
it's definitely being received because we even have Black Phoenix. Shout out to him in the chat, and he's explaining
ooh.
in very little words the level of disgust that he has in his performance here. But
And Black Phoenix is a crew member with Bronco. Like they're in the same crew.
he is, and all I got to say is, what would a Michigan Wolverine expect? I don't know why he expected anything different. I mean, the very definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And right now, that's exactly what we're seeing from Broncos defense. So shout out to Black Phoenix and the Michigan Wolverines. But, we Ohio State Buckeyes, we know better. We make adjustments. We watch film. And we come out and perform in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, we got a Cal Bear Illuminati matchup coming up after this at 2 p.m. Pacific. That's 5 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys return for that game. I promise you, I can't promise you. I don't know. We don't know.
Please don't make promises.
We
Please
don't
make those type
know
of promises.
what version of Cal Bear may show up or what version of Illuminati may show up. So I don't know. But Black Phoenix will be on the call with Philly Guy. And we'll see how that turns out in that game because we expected this one to be a much more competitive game given that it was one of the game of the weeks we had this year. And it turned out to be a flood as Cal Bear alluded to at the beginning of the game.
He did. And you know what, Brian James? I'm actually going to give you some credit here. I think that second game that we're all looking forward to watching was going to be a flood. But thanks to you, you've brought it to Cal Bear's attention that Travis Kelce actually plays for the Jets. So we know that Cal Bear is going to go back. He's going to take a look, and he's going to make those modifications to his defense because he knows he does not want to get flooded tonight against Illuminati in a winner-take-all game in the Madden Underground wild card round, Dolphins versus Jets.
And we have Black Phoenix elaborating on his disappointment and despair with Bronco as a crew member. So that's being, it's a lot of disappointment in the chat. We are advocates of stop controller violence. Hashtag, what is it, Philly?
Hashtag stop controller violence.
Fetty doesn't play anytime soon. He has a bye because he's undefeated, so he'll be playing probably tomorrow or Sunday. So that's when Fetty will be playing tomorrow or Sunday. Once we get all these wild card games out the way, Fetty will be playing, I guess, the lowest seeded person, which is whatever person advances. That's the lowest seed because he's the number 1 seed.
That's right, and he's earned that right to sit back from way up high and get the least prepared playoff performer to come into Dallas and see what they can do to try to knock him off. And, it's going to be one of those things where we didn't have an opportunity to showcase Fetty and the Cowboys during the regular season. And I got to tell you, B. James, I'm looking forward to finally being able to watch the way that he has this team rocking and rolling in pursuit of another championship for Dallas.
Oh, yeah. Definitely agree with that. And, my thing is this. This is franchise mode. You have an opportunity to get a little bit more XP. Oh, he played the Panthers. Okay, so he's playing the Panthers. He already know. He's done his homework. He knows he's playing the Panthers. I thought it was going to be, you actually might get, no, it's going to be the Panthers. Because Dimes is, I think, the number 2 seed. So, yeah, he gets the Panthers.
And I just realized something, Brian James. We were giving shout outs to Wrangler and to Reality, but a lot of people don't know there are some Cowboy faithful. So maybe they're just showing up to support and show their love for Fetty and this amazing run that he's put together. Do you think there's any truth to that?
It could be. Fetty plays with the Cowboys. Reality's a Cowboy fan. He's showing extreme support for Fetty. I know they're cool outside of that, but they do have that in common. So there may be an extra amount of love given because he'll be playing with those Cowboys.
Definitely. And, we keep hearing Cal Bears cries for trying to get a rebroadcast of his Week 18 matchup against those New York Jets and Travis Kelce. And all I got to say is that the people didn't have an opportunity to watch that. They did see the prior matchup. And just the fact that Cal Bear did not know that Travis Kelce is on his team, I would hope that if he's able to beat Illuminati, that he personally thanks you for bringing that to his attention, Brian James.
Oh, definitely. And we appreciate the love, too, Reality. Thanks for supporting, man. Like I said, that's my road dog. When the games come out, we go looking for those games together. So we got the whole network of the Madden search party network going on before Madden even releases. So that's my road dog. Been knowing Reality since I was 12 years old. So we go back real far, man. I'm 35 now, so knowing Reality for a real long time.
Yeah, and that's a great relationship, as you mentioned before. You and Reality are two of the more infamous ballers representing the West Coast.
Reality was in that mob that was gonna whoop your ass in the parking lot at that Denny's too for cheating. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, wow. I'm glad you told me that,
so
because I definitely...
everybody in that Denny's was finna whoop on you. You coming from Philly trying to cheat us on the West Coast, you was definitely going to get beat up in the parking lot. He was definitely one of the guys in the parking lot waiting on you as well.
Well, in defense of myself, I will say that you guys look like easy money. And even though you were 14 at the time, B. James, if I would have known that, I definitely would have punched Reality first. I would have knocked that pretty boy so far back into the parking lot that the rest of the guys from Philly would have stood down. I just want to just say that it's important to bring this.
The way Shaq was looking at you when he found out you were cheating, you wouldn't have got a chance to get none of that off. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna tell you now, you wasn't gonna get none of that off.
Hey, shout out to Shaq, because you're right. Shaq did tell me that he was ready to grab my arms, and I miss him dearly. He's definitely a close friend now. A lot of love. No East Coast, West Coast violence ever came out of that. But, great times. That's what you're talking about. Shout out to the Denny's on Hollywood Boulevard, if I remember correctly, wasn't it?
It was on Sunset. But, yeah, definitely shout out to everybody that was there. If you were there, everybody was aware of Philly trying to cheat the West Coast. We caught wind of it pretty quick, and you and on top of that, you was wearing a paramedic outfit. You was dressed like a paramedic too as well. So you coming in there dressed like a paramedic and then trying to cheat us on the West Coast, it wasn't going down like that.
As we see Broncos defense finally
All right,
make
look
a
at it. He's trying
play.
to change the subject. You see him trying to change it?
I just wanted to make a quick comment as I'm waiting to respond to all of the chats that we see here. For those of you that weren't there, you have to know that Brian James, he was a young man. He was a teenager, and he's embellishing quite a bit. It's really important to know that that was actually the first time I had a chance to meet Reality, Brian James, and Chalk, and a whole list of other top-notch ballers on the West Coast. And for those of you asking about the cheating concept, I'll just let you know that, yes, I am the father of the flip glitch. And at that time, it ended up being banned in the MWS tournaments. And unfortunately, I can say that is currently my greatest claim to fame in the Madden community. But I was still tough without it, regardless of these allegations that Brian James is trying to share with you here today.
Philly tough. Philly was a cheater back then. I don't know if he was tough. I never seen him outside of the round robin.
We never did play, and just to answer
I'm
your
just
question,
gonna say that. I just know when I was playing.
He's really making it up right now. I was definitely tough, Phoenix. Don't even listen to him. He's really just trying to make light of the situation.
I just know
the answer to that question is
yes. The national games when I was playing and I was advancing, I just remember Philly guy behind rooting for me. So yeah, Philly.
And just so you know, the reason why I was behind Brian James is because I had taken a stand against the MWS executive team that banned the flip glitch, because at that time they were allowing for Lou Tillery to pull his defensive ends off the screen, which was a defensive glitch. And so Brian James had advanced where I chose to stand down and be a martyr in Miami.
Regular said I couldn't see Philly as a cheater. Keep in mind, Philly just got punished for not streaming. So
Wrangler, you may not know this, but I want you to know that I'm originally from Game Time Philly in Philadelphia. And so there's elements that you are able to bear witness now. They're not a reflection of my past. So everything that Brian James is telling you, again, it's an exaggeration. But, we're here to celebrate this victory by VA Dimes, and we're here to get ready for that next matchup between Illuminati, Travis Kelce, and Cal Bear.
Definitely. Shout out to VA Dimes on a dominating performance against Madden Bronco. We got a lot of tough guys in this league. Big Show had a devastating performance. He actually was the favorite in that game against Snoop. And I guess Snoop was feeling himself and started talking a little trash and made Big Show quit the game, man. So we had a devastating King Karan. He had a devastating experience with Assassin last night. He was up with 20 seconds left and gave up a score to lose the game. So he was hurt. He quit the league, but he actually thought that we were only playing one season, so he'll be coming back. So
all right, that's what I like to hear.
You said that may have been a thing, so
I did. That's what I was feeling in my heart, and this game is a wrap. What can you really say about this? I mean, Dimes controlled the game from start to finish. Bronco did not have the best showing, and are we seeing a potential NFC championship matchup between VA Dimes and Fetty? Is that what we're looking at here?
Well, I'm not gonna speak because you still got Jelly, you still got Snoop in the mix, so that I'm not gonna say anything like that. But we'll see what happens with that. Since when do we play one season? Now he's a new guy, he didn't know, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. But with that being said. We'll get ready for those games. We'll be back a little bit later, 5 p.m. 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll have our next game. So make sure you guys keep it locked, and we'll be right back. Be sure to hit that like, follow, and subscribe button wherever you may be viewing from, and we'll see you later. 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Illuminati versus Cal Bear, Dolphins versus Jets, AFC East matchup.